Yu-Gi-Oh! One of the most popular trading card games in the world, comprising over 10,000 cards. The sheer quantity of cards has created a wall of complexity that scares away potential newcomers. But things are changing. Singles, Yu-Gi-Tubers, and articles, the barrier clears away day by day. The question left is, can a total noob enter the ring using nothing but the sealed product that smart people warn us fools against? Hello and welcome. I am Shimeon the Simian, jumping into sealed-only craze started by legends such as the People Shown. We will be building a Yu-Gi-Oh deck using nothing but sealed products and a budget of 60 Oz each week. No singles allowed. Unlike other sealed-only challenges, we will be allowing trading for cards because if we are going for that authentic old-school feel, trading is fundamental. Trading will have a stipulation to otherwise keep in the spirit of sealed only. We can only trade for a card if we have done our best effort to obtain it via sealed product. This means that a card only obtainable from, say, Ancient Guardians can only be traded for if the set goes out of print and we are unable to find any remaining sealed product. Our budget will be boosted by winning games while losing games will decrease our budget. Our goal is to get to $120 budget, and we fail if we ever get down to $30, because let's be real, at that point, there is no recovery. First 2 weeks of matches are not counted because success was never an option. So, let's dive in. Last week we made our first win, the first step in stopping our spiral into defeat and failure. This week we are handling $51. We are cracking open some more Ignition Assault special edition boxes in order to continue nabbing some Sarama action, and 4 Chaos Impact booster packs to get back into nabbing some Unchained cards in the more valuable way. Will we continue getting wins? Let's open some packs! Alright, this week we're cracking open 2 more Ignition Assault in the hopes of 4 more Sarama, and maybe some abominable Unchained Souls. And hey, who knows, maybe we find some more Ancient Warriors that actually can fit better than we expect. And for Chaos Impact because, well, the vast majority of Unchained cards are in there. So, let's get cracking at the boxes first. Gonna crack this open. So much nicer set up now. And second box. Okay. Let's see. Let's flip over with this one first. So another Goki Destroy Ogre. I said that really weirdly. Goki Destroy Ogre. There we go. English is a language I speak, I swear. And Goki Guts again. That's disappointing. Let's see what we get in the other pack. And another Destroy Ogre. And there's another Sarama. That's good. Alright. So if nothing else, we got another Sarama. Let's do what we did last time, just with 1 extra pack. So, Ignition Assault first. I'll probably rush through Chaos Impact packs just because we've seen pretty much everything we can get there. Whereas we haven't seen everything in Ignition Assault, so I'll go a bit slower. Doshin Ad Ignister, Chronomally Tuspa Rocket, Daruma Dropper, A-Idol Reborn, and Witchcrafted Jenny. Alright, Time Thief Startup, Obsessive Ouvre Loop, Guard Ghost, and Time Thief Chronocorder. Alright, our first Chaos Impact for today. Enough. And Mandarin. We now have too many Mandarins, that's unfortunate. Cool. Alright, Ignition Assault. Ooh, now this is interesting, because there's a new set coming out now, which will make normal monsters matter again, at least a little bit. And I've been considering trying to get into that archetype, but we'll see what we can do with what we've got at the moment. AI's Ritual, Karakuri Cash-In, Ancient Warrior's Graceful Zhugong, and Dark Templar Adignista. Ghost Meets Girl, a Mayakashi's manuscript, Disposable Learner Device, Karakuri Bonzi MDL 9763 Kunamizen, and Link Party. I think I need to give up on trying to get the full Karakuri names. Those are very long and complicated. Alright. Bellcat Fighter, Charged Up Heraldry, Gravity Controller, Megalith Leg, Earth Golem Adignista. Oh! Abominable Unchained Soul. Yes! Yeah. Awesome. No, that's very good. Disposable Learner Device, Nine Lives Cat, and Megalith Bethor. Alright, Chaos Impact. Maybe we can get lucky here as well. Tyrant Farm. That's an Unchained Soul of Rage! Oh! I need to spend a second. Just gonna grab a sleeve for it. Well, that's a big improvement over last week. Oh my god. Alright. That's really good. Oh. I was really worried we might never see any of the Unchained Soul cards. But we got the good one as well, because this is the one with the quick effects. Oh, that is so good. Bellcat Fighter, Transcicada, Resurgam Xyz, AI Shadow, Ancient Warrior Saga, Sunlu Allegiance, and Jacobolan, Vedran, Ok, and Startup. Not too much Ignition Assault left. AI Shadow, Matching Outfits, Charged Up Heraldry, Sunlu Allegiance, Sky Striker Ace Rose. Come on, I can speak English, I swear. Guard Ghost, Ok, Gamma Oil, Condolence Puppet. Alright. Only 2 more packets of Chaos Impact left. Let's see what we get. Do we get anything more? Atorix. And another Unchained Soul of Disaster. Arguably the weaker one of the options that you can get, but I mean, I'm not going to complain. That's actually 2 secret rares in a row. And that also possibly means that we weren't not getting any more secret rares from Chaos Impact, because that's from a new booster box. Oh, well, we'll see. Let's crack open this Ignition Assault. Let's see what we get. AI Strike, Chronomali Tusper Rocket, Karakuri Cash-In, Fire Phoenix Adignista, another Burabi, Boo, Head Judging, Dragon Maid Sendoff, Uvua Loop, and Kunamazen, and last Chaos Impact. I can't complain. Okay. That's disappointing. And that's also disappointing. But can't really complain about this pull. That's really good. So, I'll leave you off now for the deck changes. Like, these are pretty nice, and I'll check some of these other rares in case there's something else useful. Yeah. See you then. Alright. Deck changes. Cutting Bazoo, an Unmasked Dragon, and 1 Mari Mari for our 3 new Unchained cards, and then just adding Unchained Soul of Rage. We've got plenty of space in the extra deck. So, with that, we're off to the games. Alright, so game 1 we were playing against Sky Strikers. They open with reinforcement of the armies for Rei, you then play Rei, and basically end their turn on Shizuku. Kind of a weak Shizuku here, but doesn't matter, got them in engage. I just went for the defensive play with Drowning Mirror Force and Nibble Momonga. They go with the Area 0, Shizuku going away, engage, Pot of Desires, and then basically popping my Drowning, which I turned into a Abominable Unchained Soul. They did a bunch of things to get into Kigari, engage into multi-roll. At this point, I shouldn't have really gone with the ground 0 with Abominable Unchained Soul. They were able to use it to completely turn the game around. Access code Talker, Widow, Anchor for game. Round 2, yeah, I started with a pretty bad hand. They went Area 0, Upstart Goblin, Bush Burial Goods, multi-roll to get to Rei into, this is going a bit too fast for me. Kigari, Shizuku, pass turn. So I draw Aruha, which works out. I turn Aruha into Unchained Soul of Disaster. They tried to steal it with Widow Anchor, and so I turned their Shizuku into Unchained Soul of Rage, which I think is one of the best things I could have done here. I then went ahead and popped one of their multi-roll. They went ahead and popped one of my cards, giving me an Unchained Soul of Disaster. They went ahead and banished Unchained Soul of Disaster with Zeke, and then got Kigari and went ahead with Engage again, add a Widow Anchor. At this point, my opponent's just popping off. It would be very difficult for me to do anything here. They went Area 0, popping my Abominable Unchained Soul. And I think I do a bit of a misplay from memory. Yeah, I play my Cyburst Gadget. I should have kept it in hand for Monster Reborn. But what can you do? I did turn their Kigari into Nightmare Phoenix. They stole my Unchained Soul of Disaster to get into a Neo Fibrax, Celine, Queen of Magicians, Access Code Talker, which is basically how they win the game at this point. Game 2, we are playing against a Endymion Pendulum deck, using both Mythical Beasts and, well, Endymion. This deck, I think, to be honest, is playing in the wrong time period. I think game 1 I end up losing from memory because of this board. Not a whole lot I can do about it. Into round 2, though, we end up with a stronger opening. My opponent did pretty much the exact same play as last game, except they got 7 of Endymion, grabbing Magical Citadel of Endymion, getting Servant and Jackal out. No, that's not Jackal, sorry. That is Jackal King, sorry. Yeah, and then Necro Valley, which is a card that's not that relevant against me. I do a bit of a misplay here, because I didn't read the cards. But because of Drowning Mirror Force, I wasn't too worried. I decided to play out more cards just to decrease the chance that they would hit my Drowning Mirror Force. They're going all out here, trying to get a board-winning state, and then I Drowning Mirror Force, which is a bit frustrating for my opponent. I draw Drowning Mirror Force and Cyburst Gadget, and just pass turn. Mythical Institution, then I draw Sarama, which I then use to pop one of their back row, and I got Abominable Unchained Soul. And at this point, I was pretty much in the position to win the game. They went Cosmic Cyclone for really no good reason. I set to Escape of the Unchained, but at this point it wasn't too relevant. They drew Cosmic Cyclone, Mythical Institution, to get Jackal back. They started trying to get a strong board state. I think they missed how Abominable Unchained Soul works, so they started going into what they thought was a board-winning state, but that just got me Abominable Unchained Soul back. And so on my next turn, I then just ended the game. So yeah, this is our first round 3, I think, in the entire series. So they went with a Mythical Abductor into Jackal King. No, that's not Jackal King, that's Basilisk. And I just went off, transforming their creature into an Unchained Soul of Rage. They went with Cosmic Cyclone, which I decided to just chain to pop their back row. They played their Mythical Abductor in order to try and get my stuff. I brought back Obelisk. Rakia. Yeah, at this point, my opponent was basically stuffed, so they surrendered. So that last game felt really good. How can we now have a really bad game? Oh, I know. Have 3 Escape of the Unchained in hand against Ad Ignista while having no other Unchained cards. Thank you, deck! What a terrible hand! So I decided to just drop all 4 of my traps. They went Iadol Reborn. They started basically comboing off, doing the Ad Ignista combo into Access Code Talker is their final goal here. At some point, I forget which card does it, but one of their cards will just pop off all of my back row, which, yeah, unfortunately I only get 1 monster off it because, of course, 3 Escape of the Unchained can only trigger once per turn. Doesn't matter how many of them trigger. This Ad Ignista deck is very consistent. I grabbed Unchained Soul of Disaster thinking that at the very least it has high defense. But they go ahead and go into Access Code Talker with the combo to get double attacks in the turn. Pop off my cards. I went with Damage Juggler to try and survive a turn, on the off chance that maybe I could do something. But yeah, I surrender. Round 2 was, I had a bit of a better hand, I think, I would say. I made them go first again because Ad Ignista, I don't know, I think my deck is better going second than first. But they end their turn on, I think, Dark Templar? Splash Mage, Doyon, AI Land, Bururu, activate Splash Mage to get Doyon back, win Pegasus, get Doyon back again, Dark Templar. Yeah. At this point, they already have all the cards to get into the Arrival Cyburst, which I misread. I didn't notice that it had unaffected by other card effects. So I was comboing off to get Unchained Abomination onto the field. Even if I got Unchained Abomination out, though, I don't think it would have helped enough. Going for Unchained Nightmare Unicorn to get its effect off. And yeah, as you can see, I make that mistake. So that was another game down. They're just going off to try and actually secure the game at this point. Yep, there's the transcode talker to get to the jammer again, and that's game. Now for game 4, I only have 1 round, and that's because my opponent surrendered the match after this round. For this week, due to my own procrastination and poor planning, as well as how late I actually did these matches, I've decided that this match will count as our 4th game, but not count as either a win or a loss. So they're playing Ogdoadic with Lair of Darkness, which is a pretty good choice, actually. The two work well together. I Drowning Mirror Force their board away. They make me have to draw and discard, which I discard Mare Mare, which it was kind of the weakest card in my hand. They're going off trying to rebuild their board. I draw Jellycan, which is disappointing. So I just drop Hat Tricker and do a few things. Get Nightmare Unicorn out. And clear a creature. They will eventually tribute my Nightmare Unicorn using the Lair of Darkness ability. Yep, there we go. For the king, getting M-Frame, putting A counters on their creatures, which is kind of pointless. I Jelly Cannon away their Xyz dragon. I draw Nimble Beaver, which I use to get into Nibble Momonga, which I then get Hat Tricker out. I then Nightmare Phoenix and clear their board. They get Harbinger out again with their other creature, which I'm not sure why they were so insistent on getting that Harbinger out with the dragon, because it slowed down the game a lot. I draw Guan Yun, and at this point it was, I believe, game, because on my opponent's turn, unless I'm misremembering this turn, they set a card, getting out their creature, and then I get my creature back because of the effects. Ah, yes. No, this wasn't game yet, because I got Obelisk. And one of those set cards is Soul Crossing. And they had no way to really stop me from getting Obelisk. So temporarily I turned the game around because Obelisk is a Chad. So I fill out my board. And yeah, get a casual 4K on them. My opponent sets a card and starts going off, tributing my monster. Then I get Obelisk back because, yeah, he gets his effects negated, but he's still a 4K defender. They drop Reptilian Echidna, which, now that I think about it, I probably should have been putting him in defense mode just because of the fact that I couldn't guarantee if he would survive the turn anyway. They turn one of my cards in, which gives me the opportunity to get back the escape. I start clearing off parts of their board, and then I use Escape of the Unchained to get rid of Lair of Darkness. This is the point where they declare it GG, and that's because they've got all the cards to finish it off. Once again, I should have put Obelisk in defense mode just because it would have screwed over my opponent more. I'm actually not sure if Obelisk would have been sacrificed by this. But yeah, that was game. We got another win! Neat. It's actually pretty exciting to secure another win. We do have a bit of awkwardness thanks to my procrastination and delays in getting the episode out, which means that only 3 of our rounds this week counted. Going into next week, we maintain our $51, which seemed to work out well for us, even though it puts us in an awkward place for getting interaction staples, such as the Ghost Girl archetype. Join us next week as we try to continue nabbing wins where we can. Like, comment, and subscribe.